What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the Pro. Welcome back to a brand new video. We are here. We are back. Kevin Durant has officially been traded to the Houston Rockets. This is the perspective of a Heat fan, and I'm going to be talking about my reaction as a Heat fan to the trade. We're not going to spend too much time on the Suns and Rockets side of it. We'll spend maybe a couple minutes at max just talking about the trade itself, but we're going to be talking about the Heat's perspective because they were one of the finalists, as Shams reported. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts about the trade. What do you think is next for Miami as they have missed out on yet another star? Let's get right into it. So, yeah, obviously we've been getting this, trade saga for, I think, over a month now, and it's been going very, very back and forth between teams here and there. All the updates from Shams, and it came down to two teams at the end, Houston and Miami, and the Suns decided to go with Houston's offer. But there is some context that I have to get to behind the offers and what was offered exactly by Miami and Houston, which was actually put out there by Shams in his article after. So before we do that, though, the trade itself, I think KD is going to go to a good situation in Houston. Shout out to him, man. He's going to be happy over there. He's from Texas. It's a good spot for him. It was one of the three destinations he wanted to go to alongside Miami and San Antonio. Phoenix, I don't know. I think it's a bad return for them, but I guess they'll figure it out. I mean, I don't even know if they'll figure it out. The one front office I can trust to be worse than Miami's is Phoenix. As bad as Miami's front office is right now, Phoenix's front office is always going to be worse. And that trade, I don't like Jalen Green and his contract. I don't know. I mean, the 10th overall pick is nice, but they couldn't even get any of their first round picks back, the future first back. They couldn't get Jabari Smith, so I don't know. They're going to have to figure out what to do with Bradley Beal now because apparently they're not rerouting Jalen Green. He's going to be in Phoenix to stay. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, shout out to the Rockets for getting their guy. Now, coming to the Heat, first of all, what I do want to do instead of just diving right into the team itself is I want to address this thing about the fans. And I think Heat fans, we're a very passionate fan base. But one thing that we can do is get carried away sometimes, and we've seen that over the past few weeks with people making these accounts that are impersonating or pretending to have sources, and reporting on things like, oh, the deal is done between Heat and KD, and oh, it's going to be done on Monday, and I received a text, it's done already, Miami's going to get him, the deal, and it's just like, first of all, to the people who are doing that, I hope y'all feel sorry for yourselves because, bro, I don't understand what they were doing. Clearly, I've been around this trade saga thing for years now because I've been an NBA fan for years. I know that there's only a handful of people who actually have sources, and those people are like Shams and ESPN people like Windhorst or Bobby Marks or people like Mark Stein, Chris Haynes, maybe Jake Fisher. He's kind of iffy. The Athletic, though, some people do have sources there. But yeah, there's only a very small percentage of people in the world who have confirmed sources, within the NBA. And a lot of these people on Twitter and Reddit and whatever other social media platform were putting out tweets and stuff like that, hey, the deal is done and I have sources and this, that. And it's bro, you guys, y'all don't have sources. Y'all never did. And thankfully I didn't fall for it. But I know as a fan base, we can get carried away. And I know a lot of people, especially people who are younger, they fell for it for sure. They were like, oh my God, we're going to get him. And they probably were disappointed. They probably, when it fell flat on its face and he ended up going to Houston, I know y'all were disappointed, the people who believed those rumors. So to you guys who believe them, y'all should know better. Don't believe that next time. Only trust the big names. And for the people who are posting it, man, I hope you guys are embarrassed because you guys are rightfully getting exposed now. They know who they are. So that's number one. Always, confirm to see where you're getting your information from. And please do not be one of those idiots out there posting stuff and pretending to have sources just for engagements or clicks, because that's not cool. Number two, getting to Miami and getting to the team. So Shams released an article on ESPN after he reported this trade. And the article basically had a lot of info, but one of the things that kind of stood out to me, and I think everybody as well, is that Miami was unwilling to part ways with Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Haywood Highsmith, and a pick 20 in any deal. In any deal, they were unwilling to part ways with either of those players or that number 20 pick. And I was like, this can't be right. Like, there's no way we were trying to get Kevin Durant and we were not offering any of these pieces. I mean, Khalil Ware, I understand. And even I was in the camp where like Khalil Ware shouldn't be in the trade. But I was like, the Heat have to have been offering Jaquez or Jovic or Highsmith or the pick. But it turns out not only were they not offering Khalil Ware, they weren't even offering any of these other pieces that we were talking about. So I was like, then it got me thinking. I was like, what were the Heat offering to the Suns? Was it just Andrew Wiggins and Duncan Robinson? Like what was the offer? Because at first when the trade news broke out, I was like, Houston's package that they sent out to Phoenix wasn't even that massive. Jalen Green is a negative asset. His contract is not good. He's an inefficient guard who takes a lot of tough shots. He's not good on the defensive end and got exposed in the playoffs, who's on a very bad contract. Dylan Brooks is 30 years old and he's a non-factor. Doesn't really do much. I mean, he's a good like locker room guy, I guess, but on the court doesn't really add too much. His 5 second-round picks are good and the 10th overall pick is good. But apart from that, what really did Phoenix get from Houston that was so great? And then I was like, Miami could have easily trumped this package. So I was like, let me read this article from Shams real quick. And Shams comes out and says Miami didn't even offer any of their young pieces, not just Khalil Ware. They didn't offer Jaquez or Jovic. For some reason, they were so like bent on not including Haywood Highsmith in a Kevin Durant deal. Like, do we understand? Like, who do we think our team is? Who do we think these players are? Like, we were just the 10 seed in the Eastern Conference, the weak East, by the way, which is completely wide open. We were number 10. Yeah, we made it to the playoffs, but we got absolutely smoked by Cleveland, who disappointed themselves in the second round. And in that series, were you looking at Jaime Jaquez, who, by the way, didn't even play? And were you looking at these people who were like, oh, they have to be on the roster next year? No. And not only that, this is for Kevin Durant, y'all. This is not for DeMar DeRozan, or this is not for, I don't know, John Collins, or whoever has been linked to the Heat. This is not for any of these type of players. This is for KD. Kevin Durant, who is a top 15 player in the league still at 37. The one player that I was like, we shouldn't trade for KD is Khalil Ware. But apparently, not only, I mean, Khalil Ware must have been even a non-starter in conversations for the Heat then, because the Heat were probably just like, no, Khalil Ware is not going anywhere. I don't care what you say. But not only is Khalil Ware not going anywhere, we don't want to give you Jaquez or Jovic either. So it's like, what did you offer the Suns, bro? You just expected to offer a pile of garbage to the Suns and expected them to just eat it up? Like, come on, that's disrespectful. If you're Miami offering whatever you offered, like, I don't even know what they offered, because they're saying that they didn't offer Jaquez, Jovic, or the pick. So it's like, what of value was offered to the Suns? Was it literally just Wiggins and Rozier, or Wiggins and Duncan, or Rozier and Duncan? Like, literally, what was offered? And it's like, none of those things are enticing besides maybe Duncan's expiring contract. But it's like, what are y'all doing? Like, y'all can't just keep everything, bro. This is Kevin Durant we're getting. Like, it doesn't work like that. And I never had my hopes up for this trade. I even told my friends, I was like, this is going to be some Pat Riley spin just to let the fans down again, because I know for sure we're not going to land him. I had some optimism towards, the last week, because Shams was coming out and saying the Heat were like one of the finalists. So I was like, maybe we can do something. But then I was like, I saw this report from Shams with the package that the Heat were unwilling to offer. And I was like, I mean, I shouldn't have even wasted my time and even made KD videos in the past about this, because it's like, there's no chance we would have gotten him if that's all we were offering. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know what Miami thinks these players are. Jaquez, Jovic, and Haywood Highsmith to hold on to them so tightly. It's like, okay, maybe if you want to hold on to one, But you want to hold on to all three, and you want to hold on to the 20th pick. Like, what do you want to hold on to the 20th pick for? You're going to draft someone, probably a wing, because those are the type of players. I mean, I do a lot of draft prep, and at 20, you're going to be dealing with a lot of these wing players. You're not obviously going to select a big, and a lot of the guards are going to be gone already, or the guards that are at 20 are probably not good enough to be taken at 20. So it's like you're going to get another wing at 20 when you're already going to be traded for Kevin Durant. It's like, what is the point of keeping 20? Like, send number 20 to the Suns. Like, who cares? It's literally it's the 20th overall pick, bro. It's not like it's a lottery pick. Yeah, this draft is deep, but you want to keep that. You want to keep Hawkes. You want to keep Jovic. You want to keep Highsmith. Like, what do y'all want to give to the Suns for KD? It makes zero sense to me. Clearly, they don't know. I mean, clearly they don't know what they're doing. I mean, I don't know. I hope that they know what they're doing, but I can't see it because it's like me and you could have tried to put together better offers for Kevin Durant than what they did. That's what I got out of it. I don't want to disrespect anyone because that's not what I do. And I don't want to call people out of their name and say they need to be fired and all that. But listen, bro. If that's the type of trade package you were offering, and if that's the type of hoarding you were doing when we were a 10-seeded team, like, people are acting like we were like a great team. Like, the front office thinks we're a good team, by the way. They think we're going to be a good team next year with the same roster. Like, I don't know what planet they're living on because we are not a good team. We were the 10 seed in the East. We like, and a team that's finishing that low and a team that's getting swept in the first round as an 8 seed shouldn't have as many untouchable pieces as the Heat claim to have right now. You shouldn't. When you have a disappointing season, when you have one of your worst seasons in the past decade as a franchise, how are you hoarding on and holding on to assets that you perceive to be untouchable when you're trying to go get an all-time great like Kevin Durant, who can still, by the way, put up 25 points in his sleep? It makes zero sense to me. So that was the one where I was like, I actually got pissed at the front office because I was like, before that, I was like, okay, maybe they didn't want to give up Ware. If that was a sticking point, that's fine. I'm fine with not wanting to give up Khalil Ware because Khalil Ware has shown more than both Jaime Jaquez and Nikola Jovic have shown combined in one season. So if they wanted to keep Khalil Ware, I was fine with that because I also want to keep Khalil Ware. He also would have helped out with the team. We haven't had a 7-footer next to Bam in a long time, or ever probably. Besides Myers Leonard. So Khalil Ware would have been perfect to keep. So I was fine with keeping Khalil Ware, but man, they wanted to keep everybody. Makes zero sense to me. Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing because I think we could have beaten the Suns' offer. That's what it comes down to, is that it's not like the Rockets offer. It's not like the Rockets offered them some great package. Like that's what's kind of, grinding my gears, is because it's like if the Rockets had offered a really good package for KD, I would have been like, okay, fine. It's not really worth to offer a better package than that because he's 37. But the Rockets didn't even offer much. They held on to so many pieces. They didn't offer any of their young pieces besides Jalen Green. And Jalen Green is he has negative value. Like, people don't understand. Jalen Green is a negative value asset right now because of his contract and because of his play style. And the 10th overall pick was really the only thing of value that was offered. And I think we could have beaten that offer if we wanted to. But clearly, we didn't really want KD as bad as the fan base thought we did, because I don't know what type of nonsense we offered the Suns, but it clearly wasn't anything of value. And I know they had reporters come out and say that, and a lot of Heat fans went off on the reporters saying that, oh man, how could you say that about our package? You just hate the Heat. It's like, bro, why are we such a sensitive fan base, bro? Like, instead of beefing with other reporters and other fan bases, we should be looking at our own front office and asking them, what are you doing? Like, we need to wake up. This team needs to decide something fast, because you missed out on KD. You can add that to the list of the 6 or 7 or 8 star players that they've missed out on over the past few years, all the way back to when we got Jimmy. And we had opportunities to trade for guys like Harden. We had opportunities to trade for guys like Kyrie twice, KD twice now, Donovan Mitchell, Damian Lillard. It's like, how many players are you going to keep missing out on until you kind of figure out exactly what you're going to be doing? But all that aside, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. The Kevin Durant trade is gone. The ship has sailed. What is next for the Heat? Because I don't want to keep like ranting about the front office, because doing that is not going to solve anything. Like, it's not. You know, we're not going to get anywhere. I'm just going to be mad about the front office. Like, we know they suck, but it's like, what can they do? Like, what can we expect them to do? I don't know. But what do we want them to do? We can talk about, because there are ways that they can kind of salvage this a little bit. And number one is we need to figure out who we're going to select at 20, because I did not make a video about Miami Heat's draft targets yet. And the reason I didn't do that was because I was actually waiting on this trade to finish. And I was like, when this trade finishes, if Kevin Durant is going to Miami, 20 is going to be in the deal, is most likely what I was saying. But if I had known that number 20 was not even involved in the trade at all in the negotiations, then I would have just made my draft video like, you know, last week. But I didn't know if we were going to keep our pick or not, so I didn't make the video. But now that I know Kevin Durant has gone to the Rockets, I will be making a video about that. So expect a draft target video. Expect like a full, like, it's going to be very detailed, because I watch college basketball like as much, or if not more, than I watch the NBA. So like I watch a lot of college basketball. Like, I know these prospects like the back of my hand. I will be making a video, you know, and that'll be dropping, I think, a day or two before the draft, which is next week, which I'm super excited for, by the way. So we have to figure out who we're drafting there. Number two, we need to figure out what's next for the offseason, for free agency and for the trade market. Free agency is going to be tough because we don't really have any money. We have a few free agents. Davion Mitchell is like notably one of them. I would be happy to bring Davion Mitchell back. I think he is a restricted free agent, so we'll have to figure out, you know, if a team offers him a really big bag, we might have to let him go. But I really do want to keep him because I think he's a good player, and I think he fits the team to a T. And I think he was impressive. So he was one of the bright spots after the trade deadline that I thought actually played well for us. So Davion Mitchell, I would like to keep on a good deal. Like, it has to be a good deal, though. That's one thing. You can't just overpay people. But apart from Davion, there are a lot bigger things that we have to take care of. Number one, I really, really hope that the Miami Heat do not panic and go get DeMar DeRozan right now. I do not want DeMar DeRozan anywhere near Miami. And the reason is, if you were going to get KD and then get DeMar after that, then maybe I would have been like, okay, fine. We're going for it. DeMar, even though I don't want him in Miami, with KD, it might be a better fit because KD can space a lot better than a lot of our other players. So it'll be like, okay. But now that we're not getting KD, DeMar is not needed on this team. I really do not want DeMar on this team. He doesn't fit. His timeline doesn't fit. His play style doesn't fit. His contract doesn't fit. Like, I'm good. I'm good. So please, Miami, please do not get DeMar DeRozan. Please do not go trade for him. Like, I really hope that they do not go get DeMar DeRozan, because I do not want to see him anywhere near this team right now. Number two, and for the love of God, this is the one that I think they're gonna do this, but I'm praying to God that they do not do this, is that you cannot give Tyler Hero that big bag that they're saying that he's worth. $50 million a year is not good business for Tyler Hero. That's 3 years, $150 was what Bobby Marks reported that his value was. Please, you cannot. Miami, if anybody's watching this video from the front office, bro, and I know y'all are not, but if anybody is, please, bro, it is not good, because you're going to set the franchise back. I'm not saying Tyler Hero is a bad player. I'm not one of these people who hate on Hero, but he does have his weaknesses, number one. But number two, you can't keep offering big deals to these people. Like, $50 million for Tyler Hero, you're gonna cap yourself out. You're already gonna be, you know, that BAM extension is gonna keep going higher and higher. That extension you gave him, and once you extend Tyler Hero, it's like you're committed to these two players, and they're gonna be making $50+ million a year, both of them, and neither of them are number one options. So it's very difficult to go pivot and acquire a number one guy when you have two guys wrapped up in very large deals. I do not want Tyler Hero to get that much money. Again, no disrespect. Okay, I don't want to say it like that, because I hope Tyler Hero gets every penny he deserves. I don't want to take away money from any player. Like, bro, go get your bag, Tyler. But I don't want the Heat to be the team that offers him that much money. Like, Tyler, if you want $50 million, bro, please, I hope you have fun and wherever. But Miami, we cannot offer him that much money. Like, that'll be a cardinal sin. You have to be smart about money management. We've been throwing out contracts left and right since before Jimmy arrived. to guys like James Johnson, Tyler Johnson, Kelly Olynyk, Hassan Whiteside, people like this who have just been getting overpaid and overpaid and overpaid by the Heat. Duncan Robinson as well. Like, instead of cashing in and selling high, we are extending these guys and bringing them back and overpaying them, and their value turns to absolutely nothing. So we need to not make that same mistake again, because we have done that time. And one of the two things, well, I'll criticize the front office on a lot of things, but the two main things is, number one, the contracts that they give out, and number two, their trade negotiations. And I would say number three is, I guess the draft picks are part of the trade negotiations, but it's not picking. Like, I think their draft picks are good. Like, their scouting is good. I'm talking about unnecessarily trading away second round picks. Like Thomas Bryant, we traded a second round pick to the Pacers to give Thomas Bryant to them. We traded a second round pick to give KZ Okpala to the Kings. It's like things like this. It's like we cannot be trading second round picks like that so loosely. The Rockets just offered the Suns 5 second round picks. We don't even have 5 second round picks to work with. These are important. I know Miami, they might not value them as much, but they add up, bro. The contracts and the second round picks, they add up. So do not just throw money out, and do not just throw picks out like they're nothing. Okay? I really hope that we do not run it back, because I feel like there's 2 avenues that he can go. Number one, they can go, listen, we're trying to go get another star. We struck out on KD, but maybe we can get like a Trae Young or Ja Morant or someone like that. I think that's unlikely. I don't think Trae Young is getting traded. I don't think Ja Morant is getting traded. I don't think Jaylen Brown is getting traded. I do not think Giannis is getting traded. But even if he was, there is no way the Heat are going to get Giannis with the package that they will offer Milwaukee. And Lauri Markkanen, I've seen stuff about him. I'm worried about his contract. I think his contract is huge. So I wouldn't go offer Lauri Markkanen a trade, Utah trade for Lauri Markkanen, by the way. I just don't think he's a good enough player to be making the money that he's making. So I'm good on that. But if you can't go get like a guy, like a star, which I don't think they're going to be able to get, because I don't think there's anyone on the market besides KD who is available, then I think you have to just blow the whole thing up and reset. If that means you have to trade Hero, then trade Hero. Like just blow the whole build up, reset, acquire picks, acquire expiring contracts. Just like use Duncan Robinson's contract to get picks. Like, I don't know, just do something to set yourself up for the future, because right now we cannot continue running it back as we are right now, because I do not want to keep seeing this team in the play-in. Our goal next year should be to avoid the play-in. If we're in the lottery, will I be happy? No, but will it be better than being a play-in team? Yes. Yes, to me it will. Because what is the point of being in the play-in if we're just going to get kicked out of the first round every season? We don't have a Jimmy Butler to drag us to the finals anymore, okay? So if we're going to be in the play-in again, we're going to get absolutely waxed by whoever we place in the first round. So either you be a lottery team or either you be a contender. Do not be in the play-in, okay? Their goal as Miami should be, we do not want to be in the play-in next season. If they're in the play-in next season, it's a failure of a season. It's an absolute failure. But yeah, that's kind of what I think they should do next. Listen, the KD stuff is disappointing. We'll figure out, we'll figure out more information as the days go by. But it's done now. Can't really do much about it. But stay tuned, man. I'll be making that draft video soon. We'll be dropping before the draft happens. So please stay tuned for that. I cannot wait for the draft. It's one of my favorite times of the year. But apart from that, I will keep you updated with Heat news as the days go by. I'll see you later as always, man. Peace.